And who's the main people that they coming against? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which happen to be the Hebrew Israelites.
Right.
You know, even during the time of 2020, what they say, they said what? That we're gonna let the blacks and Latinos and Native American Indians get into the front of the line to get this thing because they're the most vulnerable. Like Esau so benevolent. You got it.
All right, 14. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle,
Right, which is a swift escape. Right?
that she might fly into the wilderness.
Which is the interiors of Africa, other places too, but the major place they went to was the interiors of Africa.
And to her place.
Right, and then when they got there, after a period of about 1,500 years or so, that's when, you know, Ham and other Jakes sold Jake to Esau, and Esau brought him over where? To the Americas. This is the place that
Her
was
place.
prepared.
And the proof for that, who's that?
Joel?
First, okay, that's another one. Hosea, that's what I was thinking of, saying 1 Corinthians.
Hosea chapter 1, yeah.
Hosea chapter 1. That's the place that was prepared.
Yep.
And the place where it was said, you're not the children of the Most High, there should be said, you are the children of the Most High. Where is this knowledge of us becoming an Israelite? Where did it spawn from? Really? America.
That's it.
All right? So it says, so where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time.
Right, which that's prophetic, and that stands for 350 years. In different places, it speaks about days, it speaks about months, it speaks about years, or weeks. And that one said years, right? Time, and then also times. So that's all prophetic. You got it?
From the face of the serpent. And so since they brought Jake over here, if you got slaves, you gotta fucking feed your slaves. You gotta take care of your slaves too, because or else they're not gonna. So when Jake talk about I got a job with benefits, no, that's just the slave master taking care of the slaves so he can keep slaving and producing. Because when you look at the grand scheme of the benefits, it's not like he's giving you half the year off with your pay, same pay or whatever the case. No, they want you out there to produce. So they know that if you don't feed a slave, the slave's gonna drop dead in the sun picking cotton. So they feed them, but then they find the bullshit to feed them, the bullshit so-called soul food and abominations, but they make you love the abominations. But nonetheless, they were nourishing the woman. The woman, like the Apostle said, when you go back to the first verse, it lets you know is dealing with the Israelites. All right, the 12 tribes. All right, so they nourished all the way till up to the date to where they set up these different food programs and the welfare system that we were speaking about. The
WIC and all that shit.
WIC and everything, food stamps and shit like that. You know what I mean? That's prophecy that this devil did. But now we're at the end of that. So now that's why you see the drag as it's gonna go on. That's why you see what's happening. Jake is getting cut off.
Yep.
You know?
Because during back in actual slavery, Esau had to feed us and house us. Now, nigga, we'll give you a job, you house yourself. You still in slavery.
Right. He said, he saved some money because now they give you less, and then they did not pay you, make you work in the hole and all kind of wicked demonic shit.
Yep.
Right. So it says let's see, 14 said, which she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent, and the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. Right? So now we're in a time where what? We've been telling you about martial law being declared. They just ran down in Oklahoma in a Latina, she just moved there. They did a big ass raid on it, kicked in the door, put guns on their face and everything. She was distraught just to find out that it was the wrong person. Wow. All right? And then months ago they said that now these so-called ICE agents, when nobody knew who the fuck they are, they cover their face, right? Reminds me of a certain group of people that should cover their face. Okay? And the acronym is K, starts with a K and it ends with a K. All right, you can figure that out. But the same shit. So they sit up there rolling. They say they don't need a warrant. They can go right into your house with guns. Shoot, they killed people already and got away with it. So this is what time it is. So now, you know, the time of Jacob's trouble. And they're gonna cut you off. They're gonna kick you out of your houses, fire you. And these are the things that are going on. What you call it? Kicking you out of the country, sending you to a country you never been to in your life. Even the so-called naturalized citizens, they are looking to deport them. They've been paying, this devil is the fucking devil, man. They've been paying these other nations, giving them money to build jail cells where they can send criminals from over here in America. Mm-hmm. And then guess what? Now they can deem almost anybody as a criminal.
Yeah.
If you're teaching the truth, guess what? You committed a crime. A heinous act. 20 years in Angola. What?
Yep.
The fuck? This is what it's come down to. This is what it is.
And they gonna come kick in your doors and shit. It's all set up. They got the concentration camps out here in Texas where I live at. Man, they got so many warehouses in close proximity. I ain't never seen this shit before.
Yeah.
And so it's to do the spirit. Yeah, because when that time come, in all the little different pockets, from Irving to Dallas, 15-minute cities, they gonna come corral you niggas up, man. Like the elder and the apostle going into. Real quick, I'm gonna get this real quick. This Jeremiah 18 and 22 in the NLT. Let screaming be heard from their houses as warriors come suddenly upon them. The elder just read what in Revelation 12 and 12 that the enemy said coming like a flood.
Yeah.
You see? So that's those troops that this devil goes send. It says, let screaming be heard from their houses as warriors come suddenly upon them. For they have dug a pit. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Some of them, ICE agents, National Guards.
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna come and see. And the thing is, years ago, people thought that this couldn't happen.
Right.
You still got some niggas that, well, you'll see, well, the Constitution, nigga, they above the Constitution, man. Well, you niggas out there still talking that right-wing law shit or the constitutional right, you out of your mind and you gonna get steamrolled. You don't see what they doing. Look at how they approaching the situations over there in Iran, Venezuela, right? Didn't Nero Trump say they announced Operation Warp Speed?
Yep.
So they're not playing around. They're not going to take time and waste going back and forth in the court system. Why you think like they had a hearing with Pete Haggling you to death? He's juiced in. He don't give a damn if you. They said, look, you know you'll be arrested for war crimes. He's like, yeah, right. If y'all only knew what the fuck is about to happen next, man.
Boy.
That's why Donald Trump is rolling like he's rolling. They're not worried about the law. They're above the law, man. If they can control the money, you gonna think they can't control the laws?
They make the laws.
That's it.
You know?
So this time the Bible ain't telling no lies. The Bible, not the Quran, not none of these other books, or none of that. This is out of the Holy Bible.
Yep.
All right? And the Spirit of the Lord gotta be with you to be able to bring it out.
I'm gonna finish it real quick because this gonna link up with Proverbs 10 and 1 at the end of this verse. Jeremiah 18 and 22 in the NLT. Let screaming be heard from their houses as warriors come suddenly upon them. For they have dug a pit for me and have hidden traps along my path. Mm-hmm. Decrees, unrighteous decrees. Mm-hmm. These traps along the path for the Israelites because this devil is coming down having great wrath, man. Because he know his kingdom is finna be over with. So he's finna come with draconian measures. And you niggas still run around here want to debate and pussyfooting around. Man, look, when that hammer drop, man, it's going to be a wrap, you know? Then what you going to do? Oh, I didn't know, or I didn't hear. No, man, you did because the Lord said there's no cloak for your sins now. There was a time where during the book of Daniel, it says, shut it up until the end. Now it's being revealed right now. So you can't hide and say, I didn't hear the message or I didn't know, because Jake like to play stupid. Jake can sell drugs, then go to prison and want to change his life. Think it's too late now? You want to call on the Lord then.
Right.
You should have stopped when you got that message from your uncle and then quit doing that shit. Yep. Same thing happened through the Spirit now, man.
Yes.
There's gonna come a point where the Lord said, that He gonna withdraw Himself. Seek ye the Lord while He may be found.
Yep.
He said, I'm gonna go to my place till they acknowledge their offense. That's what the Lord said. In their afflictions, they will seek me early. And guess what? For a lot of you, it's gonna be too late. Because, right now when you reject His word, pretty much you're rejecting the very thing that's going to help you escape from the clutches of this devil coming down with great wrath. So that was it on that?
Yeah, that was it on the one I had.
Read the part, was that the part, read that verse?
It goes more into it.
No,
I'll read it again. I'll read it, let me go back to it. 14?
Yeah, read 14, I think the
Yep.
point was in 15, was it?
Okay, 15 is where we left off. Yeah.
Yeah, I finished 14. It was just 15.
14 was the main point.
Okay.
Read that again.
It says Revelations 12 and 14.
Yeah.
And to the women were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness.
Right, so that woman, Israel, escaped from the clutches of the Romans, great escape. The wilderness is Africa, so-called Africa. Go ahead.
And to her place where she is
The
nourished.
place is America,
Yep.
and she is nourished.
For a time and times and half a time
Right.
from the face of the serpent.
Now I got the RSV here, right? The RSV version, it says, but the woman was given the two wings of the great eagle, that she might fly from the serpent into the wilderness, right? That's 70 AD, into the interior of Africa, to the place where she is to be nourished for a time and times and a half a time.
Yeah.
And that time and time and a half a times began in 1619 and ended in 1969. And from that point on, slavery ended, so-called ended in 1865, so-called. But you were still catching help.
Mm-hmm.
Esau was still helping you out. Even during the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, Esau was still helping you out. But slowly but surely, all those goodies were being taken away. And today, you're seeing everything being stripped away from you.
Man.
That's why WEF, which is the World Economic Forum, they said, you will owe nothing and be happy.
Right. They just made that dude, the new head of the guy that said water is a privilege. Or how he said it, yeah, water is a privilege. It shouldn't be free. And so that's why they got all these things about drought, a big, what they call it, zero price, something, zero planet, zero whatever, meaning you're gonna have to, water is becoming, is amazing. Water, you need water.
Well, remember, they a lot of those different, some of them companies bought up a lot of that water in, in California and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And now we understand, well, it's part of its control, but we understand now that it's being used also for those data centers, because those data centers use a lot of water. And they use a lot of resources. This is why they're going to the hot spots of the earth and taking over the resources of these nations, because they need it to keep those data centers running.
Yep. And then they create the concept of, we got a shortage. So now guess what? In order to get water, you can't go buy bottled water no more. You can't go to the river water and set up a well. Now you gotta have a chip.
Yep.
And then they can tell you, today your credit, because now it's the credit system. Your credits such and such is not approved. Come back tomorrow.
Or you ate too much of this. You gotta eat that. You ate too much red meat. You gotta eat bugs.
Yeah, that's the carbon footprint.
You ate too much vegetables. Now you gotta eat
the worm sandwich.
There you go.
Right. Right. These motherfuckers, man. I had a quick precept.
Bring it out.
Disapprove.
You read? Get the last couple of precepts.
You read about the eagles, eagle's wing, just to show you that represents the Lord delivering us, representing salvation, because we was suffering that persecution from 70 AD or whatever.
Yep.
So the Lord made the escape. So that's how we got into the interiors of Africa and other places. This is just to further prove it. I mean, Exodus 19:4 said, "You have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bear you on eagle's wings and brought you unto myself." So
that's it.
That just backs it up.
Yeah, because it was a great escape. What happened during the time of Egypt? The Lord caused the Red Sea up by the Suez Canal to split, and Israel was able to pass on dry ground, and it was dry.
Mm-hmm.
The Egyptians came, and the Lord caused them to their chariots to be heavy, tires to fall off, and then eventually caused that water that was congealed to come back down and destroyed all of them, including Pharaoh.
Yeah.
And it gave Israel a great escape. You had anything else?
No, I agree with that. That's heavy.
I mean, that's
Any final points? Anybody want to make any last points?
Yeah, man. Hey, we'll just get ready for more hell, man.
Yep.
But the elect, the Most High is going to protect us. When you read in Job the 5th chapter, it tells you, right? At famine and destruction, I shall laugh.
That's it.
So unless you know there's going to be famine, there's going to be destruction, but the elect is going to be able to laugh. So
that's it.
Right.
And that go back with Yahweh Shai promised us. He said, look, your sorrow should be turned to joy.
There you go.
Or the Most High, Yahweh Shai said it. Let me say that.
Yeah. You have anything?
No,
and then pretty much, just remember, you've been warned.
Yeah.
We've been warning you We've been telling you, I mean, we've been warning through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem El Shai before the YouTube era.
Yeah.
During the YouTube era, you've been nothing but more than warned. So, like Yahweh Shai said, if he had not come to them, they would have had no cloak for their sins. The Lord gave you ample time to see what's going on, to take heed to the warnings. After a while, the warnings are going to stop.
But
And
since the
once the warnings
60s,
stop,
since the late 60s, right? It's
Yeah,
warning me.
yeah, going
Well, the
on.
warning been going on since Noah.
yeah,
It's just
Oh,
now
yeah.
extended from then until now.
yep,
That's why I said in Isaiah 53:1, who have believed my report.
Mm-hmm.
And the word report goes into doctrine. So a certain doctrine will come out, which will bring forth the end. Noah, what's that in Peter's, where he said he a preacher of righteousness brought in the flood?
yep.
The same thing is going to take place, man.
Yeah.
It's happening right now before you.
Yeah, and then that report was dealing with Yahweh Shai, but the report is also because
Mm-hmm.
we still talking about Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
You know, the
Prophecy.
the spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. You know, and once those warnings stop,
Boy.
that's when the judgment's gonna drop. You know, and that's gonna be your ass. So, any final words?
No, that's it.
All right. So with that, we pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. Till the next time we get, let's say shalom.
Shalom.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem.
Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The water.
The water.
Yad.
Them yard.
Tawah.
to walk
Shalom wisdom
Shalom wisdom
to the elect.
to the elect.
Shalom.
Mr.